Okay, you guys see my screen right now? Okay, all right, let's go ahead with our first. So, sure, I don't know. So this week, week 14, I think, and we're gonna talk about performance management too. I think the previous week, we supposed to learn this previous week, but we spent the entire week to do a SWOT analysis. Good job on that. Most of you guys did a really good job. For those who haven't done it, I have planned for you. So you're number 5 here. Where is it? Wait, did I mute? Let's see. Oh no, I'm not mute. Okay. So if you haven't done a quiz before, you could do it right now. This is the best time. It's almost the end of the semester. So we're gonna do it during break. Let's say we have 15-minute break and you could request to do a presentation or a quiz. So that will not affect our lecture time. Okay? Okay. So the agenda for this week, maybe this one we had to finish it next week too. This plan, I want to do the quiz this Monday, but I look over the material that we learned. Feel like there's not a lot of material that we have to quiz on, so that's why I have to move it to Friday. So quiz on Friday. So today we're gonna work on smart. It's not a smart SIM card or phone company in Cambodia. It's smart. It's logistic model. And then number 2, we're gonna work on warehouse KPI here. So KPI is kind of like KPI stand for key performance indications. I mean, I will touch you a little bit on this, but not going to go deep on warehouse KPI. Just want you to know what is it. In benchmarking, and again, quiz on Friday, presentation or makeup quiz during the break in each class. And then finally, I'm going to talk about the final paper. Yeah, final paper is going to be really easy this time, I promise you. All right, anyone understand what we need to do this week? Quiz on Friday, and quiz will start, we'll cover everything from, I think we did outsourcing already, from SWOT analysis from previous week, and then we're going to work on like cover whatever we learned today too. Okay. So smart. Okay. I don't know, my internet is not really good right now. Keep disconnecting. Well, let me go check it quick. Okay, can you guys see the screen or hear me clearly? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, if someone respond, like I get the answer quick. So please don't hesitate to respond. Okay. Thank you. So SMART is one of the tool that we use in to check the company performance, or whether it's a big company or a small company or your own startup, you could do that too. But normally you startup, you have more control over your business, so you don't really do that. But you have like kind of your business going big and you have more people to work for you in the company to work for a company. So you might need something to measure the performance, right? You will heard the word KPI a lot here, key performance indicators or indication. Some people say indication, but the real acronym is key performance indicator, KPIs. So what is KPI? So KPI is like a tool they use to measure performance. It's a set of tools. Any tool that used to measure performance, we call it KPI. And smart is like a model. They want to make sure that the KPI tool is like feasible, attainable, specific. Yeah, any like good KPI have to follow the smart model. And smart is also an acronym too, which we will like learn later on. But before we learn smart, it's important to know what is KPI first. Because the book they don't really specify KPI, they assume that I mean people already know what KPI is, but unfortunately most of the students here are freshmen, so it's really important to understand what does the word mean. So KPI, according to Investopedia, it's a set of quantifiable. Quantifiable I mean anything we could measure, anything we could count, and you don't have to worry about it. A set of quantifiable measurements used to gauge. Gauge means to measure, to to measure something. Gauge to gauge a company's overall long-term performance. It measures a company's success versus a set of targets, objective, or industry peer. So, so you compare. It means like normally a company have a vision, they have a objective, or they have like something like that. And the key performance KPI, it measures how far are you from those objectives, how far are you compared to other business, how far Yum24 compared to Food Panda. So they have that kind of thing to compare. So KPI then includes sale, like the sale transaction during pandemic is if we want to compare between the two companies, the first thing we look at is their sale, their KPI, their transaction. So transaction, those kind of thing is also it also count as KPI. You got it? So you look transaction, okay, during 3 months in of course in March until June. So we want to compare which company perform better, like or improve better. So maybe Yum24 they have their number in their company, and then they might need to, I don't know, like a lot of company they have uh not not in Cambodia, probably not a lot, but in America or other developed country they have the data online available in public, so I mean they could compare. But sometimes like the company, they could acquire those data in like not really legal way, or they could like secretly ask Food Panda's personnel, like or Food Panda like stuff, like how their business going on, this and this, so they could do that. It happened. Yeah, it happened. Like we study a non-disclosure agreement. We're not supposed to do that, but some people still do it. So that's the way company acquire data. So another one is a customer satisfaction. So customer satisfaction is also another tool of KPI. So like before let's say in Cambodia there's a Pass app, there's Grab, there's what else, a bunch of like transportation app like Tada or whatever. So first you look at the price, but for those people who like doesn't care about like a few dollars different or a few thousand euro different, they probably not care so much about the price, but they care about customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction, like it's like you heard a lot of people complain about past ad, so you might change your perspective to you might change your mind to order Grab or other app. I don't know. And current ratio mean cash flow, liquidity. Like some company, they are big, but they also owe a lot of money to the bank. So current ratio, not ratio should be ratio. Sorry, current ratio. It measure how much money your company have. How much debt that your company have compared to the overall asset. Sometimes the let's say overall asset, I mean the asset count as like property or how much money that the company have, like the value of the inventory, that's called asset. But the current ratio, they measure like, let's say the company have the total asset of $1 million, but let's say during the pandemic, company cash flow they have only like $10,000. So that's not a good current ratio because you have only $10,000 while your company assets have like $1 million. That's not a good cash flow. It means your company low on liquidity. If they are low on liquidity, it means like they're not doing very good job in sales during these few months, and the company have a high risk of running out of money, running out of cash, and they might be struggling to pay their worker, their staff, or so they need to borrow money more. Yeah. Revenue, yes, company measure their success based on revenue. There's some company make a lot of sale, but their revenue is not high. It's like Walmart. Their sale is a lot, but their revenue is not high because why? They sell very low price. Or some other company, their cost of selling is really high. Cost of selling means like other costs spending on like tax, spending on electricity, spending on staff, worker, spending on like I don't know security camera, spending on like insurance. Those kind of costs we call cost of goods sold. Yeah. So just explain you thing. Uh, Another tool that we also use in a KPI, like some store like Walmart, Costco, or some big giant store, or Home Depot, or other store, IKEA or whatever. They build a big store, and at the same time they want to make sure they could put up a lot of they could put up a lot of products, a lot of goods to show their customer. But at the same time, they want to make sure the store also like like could put as much people as possible. I mean, they want to maximize the traffic in the store. So it's like the dilemma here. If you want to maximize the number of people, you have to put less product to show customer, right? But if you want to put more product, you have to minimize the number of people. But the company don't want to do that. They want to maximize both of them. So that's why the word optimize popping up. The optimize means we want to increase the efficiency, increase like make sure the way that we arrange the stuff, the products in the store, allow more people to come in and out faster, or they could show more products while it's more. It could like at the same time could maximize the number of customers going into the store. Okay. Does everyone understand what KPI is right now? KPI again is the tool to measure the company performance. And this is not only 5 of them, there's a lot of them. It could be different things. Like yeah, but this is like the main point that I just bring up that's very important to the company. Customer satisfaction is important too. Sometimes the on-time delivery. So if you promise your customers, say you're gonna deliver to your house within 2 days, like Amazon Prime did, and sometimes the product is there, yeah, there's some delay, but at the same time, the company want to make sure the number of uh, 2-day delivery is going up as high as possible. It's not going up to 100%, but maybe 90+%. Your on-time delivery, or maybe something else. Like there's no damage. You want to make sure 100% of the product delivered to customer and no damage. Something like that. All right, clear? Let me know you understand it. If you don't understand it, just stop me right here. I give you a few minutes to ask question. To be honest, when I was in bachelor, like undergraduate school, like you guys, I have no clue what is KPI. I just learned it recently, too, in a MBA. So it is important for you to learn. So you learn more, you know more, and when you do job interview or whatever, I'm sure your interviewer must be impressed by your knowledge. Question? Let me check the question here. Do we have any questions? Okay. I could not log into my iPad. That's why I have a problem with this. Okay. Now we go to smart module. So smart stands for.
Someone asking.
Oh, someone asking. Sorry. Thank you. Hey, I have one question. Where is it here? Traffic in store again. So traffic in store. I try to explain what it is. Have you ever been to like Lucky or maybe Lucky Market near our school? Yeah. Yeah, I know you've been there. So traffic in store, like they say the company, like the store manager, they know that they want to put they want to show more products, right? On the shelf to show more products. So the more product that they show, like so the customer will take a long time to walk around and maybe they find something that they need, right? So at the same time, if the store manager decide to put more product, there will be more product to show, there will be less space, like not a lot of space for more customer. So I know that some store, if you walk in, probably like 50 people and you feel like it's so crowded. Yeah, a lot of store they don't want to do that. They want to maximize. They want to maximize like the number of people like that could go into the store. When it's crowded, let's say. One more. What is the burger place near Lucky Market? Okay. I forgot what is the burger place. Oh, wait. Yeah, been a while. Carl Juni? Oh no, not that one. It's next to Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky Burger? Is it Lucky Burger? Yeah, I think it's Lucky Burger. I think like when only like 20 or 30 people going in, I feel like it's so crowded already, especially during lunchtime. It's really crowded and could not find like a place. If it more than 10 people standing in a row to order, it just like looks so crowded. You don't like that kind of environment. Yeah. I don't know, but in like in a big company, they have a manager. They have some kind of software. There's some kind of software that you just put in like what is the size of your space, how much space you have, and how many table you have, and how many and the software will tell you like what is the maximum number of people could get into your store, like the maximum number of people. They tell it by like the software will tell you how to to arrange the table, like how many one table should you put in, how many like two people table should you do, or three people table, or like six people table should you do it in order to maximize the people over there, the people who went who could they call occupant to maximize the occupant. Do you understand my point here? Like some store if they put too much product to show, they won't have enough space for people to walk around. If like 30 or 40 people walk into the store, you feel crowded already. It couldn't fit more. To be honest, I like Eon the most. Eon is like they like Eon mall, like the market. Uh, they put a lot of product to show us, and there's so many people walk around to buy like vegetable, buy meat or whatever, but it's still not crowded. Yeah, just the way I see it. I've been there only a few times, but I could see that. So those kind of like setup or design, it has to be done by software or program that help you to do that. For small business, it doesn't really matter. Like for Carl Jr. Pizza burger, it doesn't really matter because like their place is small. But so for big a warehouse like Walmart, Sam's Club, or Costco, those space matter so much. Yeah, they want to fit in as many people as possible while while maximizing the amount of product they put on shelf. Okay. Anything else? Any other question? Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So, uh, so in order to make like an API, like a key performance indicator tool, the measurement or the action have to follow the smart model. So the smart model gives you a guidance to manager to ensure that the correct measure are chosen. So they want to make sure. Let's say if you will work, let's say tomorrow, the Ministry of Education declare nationwide that all right, tomorrow all university, all schools supposed to be open, and we suppose like 100% student accountability. Like 100% of people are going to the class, physical class, to see professor online. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but it's not going to work, right? It's not work. Those kind of things not work. It's not going to work. I mean, it's just a scenario. Like, don't take it seriously. Just scenario, like, for example. Yeah, there's due to so many reasons right now, and the smart model we talk about that too. Like, so the first letter S stands for specific. So any model or any measure you or any kind of project that you want to improve your business, it has to be specific. So specific means like it has to explain exactly what your company is measuring and why. For example, on-time delivery. Like if your company want to deliver the product on time, yeah, that kind of specific thing. It's really specific. It's related to your business, what you are doing every day. 2-day delivery, Amazon is doing, it's also specific too. Yeah, like I see, like state what you will do and use action word. Use anything that you could do it. And you go to the next slide, it tells us like what is due and what is done for each letter. Like, oh, for this one, it's similar to the smart model, but it's just like, I think it could explain very explanatory here. So some company, they set the real number with the real deadline. Yeah, well, real number and real deadline and say, all right, you want on-time delivery. Yeah, on-time delivery is specific, but how are you going to do that? All right, let's say we want to increase on-time delivery this month so in the previous month, we heard that there's a lot of complaint from customers say that the product has been delayed, and if it show up in the system that the product delay is like 70%, we have on-time delivery only 70%. And this month we want to increase it to, let's say, 90%, 90%, whatever. So it's also like, we like the plan to increase the on-time delivery from 70% to 90%. It's really specific enough. And it also here you set the real number and the real deadline. Yeah. Don't just say like, oh, we want to increase one-time delivery, but if you don't say how much you have to increase, it's not going to work. You have to say specifically like with the number, with the number. Use the number. Anything that you could measure. It's like that's why we go to number two here. Number two, letter M. Let me click pointer here. So number two, letter M is measurable. So the performance indicator had to be measurable and comparable. So it had to be something you could compare with your competitor or compare with the data from the previous month. I said this month our on-time delivery is 80%, and then we look at the next month. Oh, next month is like 75, and then we look at 3 months ago. Oh, 3 months ago on-time delivery we say like 90%, and you find out why our on-time delivery recently going down. What happened to our company performance? And you find out, oh, the answer probably maybe the pandemic. It caused a disruption in supply chain management, a disruption in transportation. That's why it take long. Thing like that. Or maybe one agency, their business like taking care of like shipping the product from China to Cambodia. If someone order product on Alibaba and you want to sell it online Cambodia, like that agency gonna take care of shipping, right? And you're gonna take care of shipping. They're gonna promise, all right, you're gonna take like 2 weeks to ship your product from China to Cambodia by let's say by truck. So by truck, it usually take 2 weeks. Uh, and then recently, it take long time. It take probably a month, and the company must have answer to the customer, right? Or maybe they have competitor, and the competitor take only 3 weeks, and the company has to find out why their performance is going down, because shipping company on-time delivery is important. Like it's really important. If you ship faster, you will have a lot of people like buying your service. Okay. And the third, any performance, any measure has to be achievable. Make sure we could achieve it. There's no point in setting target that cannot be achieved under a circumstance. Let's say you set up an online on-time delivery target of 100%. Yeah, it's not going to work. You could say that, but it's not going to work. Let's say, all right, tomorrow you plan to build a ladder to the moon. Yeah, you could say that. And is it specific? Yes, specific. Is it measurable? Yeah. It will be how many? A million step of ladder. But is it achievable? No, it's not going to happen. Yeah, you guys understand my point here? What the word achievable mean? You look at the description here within your scope, possible to accomplish and attainable. And for letter A, here you go to the next slide, do and done. Work toward a goal that is challenging but possible. Yeah, you want to increase your on-time delivery, it's challenging, but you have to make sure it's possible. You want to increase it to 95%, yes, it's really challenging, but it's possible. But 100%, I don't think it's possible. And done, for done, like don't try, for example, they say, don't try to take over the world in one night. They say, all right, I want to be a king tomorrow. Now, you cannot do that. It's not going to be attainable or achievable. Yeah, the word attainable and achievable are the same thing. Okay, achievable. Anything like any project or any plan that you said that you made, it has to be achievable. I mean, you could get it. Let's say, all right, Sakir, right? Sakir, do you know Chinese? Let me ask you a question. Do you know Chinese? Can you speak Chinese? Just answer my question. You don't speak Chinese. All right. And now if you want to set a goal, let's say, all right, I want to be fluent in Chinese by next week, and you follow the SMART model. Is it specific? Yes, it is specific. It say you have to know Chinese by next week. Is it measurable? Yes, it's measurable. It's the number next week, and you could compare to other people. Some people like they master in like 2 or 3 years. But is it achievable? You learn Chinese in just 1 week? No, it's not. It's not going to happen. I don't know. Maybe you are, even though Albert Einstein, I don't think he could learn Chinese in just 1 week, and he could speak very fluently in 1 week. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah. But if you say, like, all right, I need to learn like 10 Chinese character by the end of next week. And then, yes, if you look at the model, specific and measurable, yes, is it achievable? Yes, you could do that. You could learn 10 Chinese character in a week, right? Anything that is feasible, that is achievable, that is attainable. Yes. So yeah, you estimate how much or how many we could get. Yes. You be able to get how much. You just say you can get 100%. I don't think you in business you could not get anything 100%. Yes, everyone want 100%. Let's say, uh, yeah, I know, like they want to increase the. Say they want to increase the operation. I don't know. I'm trying to find some example. Oh, give me a minute. Okay. All right. So achievable mean like anything that any project or any goal that you set out and you think that you're gonna achieve it. You're not going to set your goal too high, and you know that you and without knowing that it's impossible to get it. Uh, I mean, understand why we can't get 100% of it. Hmm. Why you can get 100% of, even though even though like you want to get 100%, everyone wants to get 100%, but in the real world you can't. It different from one thing to another. Let's say you want to get 100 on this course, like you grade 100%. Yes, you might get A, like you gonna get A, but your score you're not. It's really impossible. It's almost impossible to get like 100% like in a weighted grade. It's impossible, and I never seen anyone get 100 on that. Yeah, there's some like, but that small thing is only you and your personal thing, like the great thing. But remember like a company when they're delivering the the package to the customer, there's a process million of products, million of shipping. So statistically, I use the word statistically, it is impossible to get 100% on time. Even for me, when I start ordering like package, let's say 4 years ago, I never experienced order products online at all. So the first 2 years, I probably order products in my whole life. I probably order like less than 30, less than 30 item online, right? And within 30 items, not every single of them has been delivered online. Some of them get lost, some of them get damaged, and maybe 2 or 3 were delayed. It's not only 30 of them for me, like 30 shipment. How about like for USPS or for FedEx that they deliver like million of products, a million of items to people around the world. So it's impossible to get 100%. 90% is like the best you could get. Have you guys like heard about? I heard about heard about it from my business instructor too. They said a Coca-Cola company, their machine, the filling machine that they feel like they drink into the bottle and into the can. It run by the robot, right? And the robot is very precise. It operated by computer system. It's really precise. But in a million bottle of Coca-Cola or in a million can of Coca-Cola has been produced, two of them. There's always like not full or half of them. Yes, it's always like what we call like a faulty, like two faulty in every million of products. So that we call 2 per million rule. 2 per million rule. Any company like even though iPhone they produce like Apple they produce iPhone. Sometimes they have like problem with their product too. MacBook the same thing. They say Apple say, all right, we need to produce MacBook that have no discrepancy or they have no damage, 100%. Yes, you could say that, but it's not going to be achievable. You're not going to get 100%. Some people they order brand new MacBook and then they open up and then it's not running and they have to return to the company. We call those product is refurbished product. So you buy brand new, you cannot, and there's some error, something wrong with the laptop, or maybe the software or hardware, and you return it back to the company. The company fix it and put on sale again. Those products we call it refurbished. And yes, it happened. I bought a bunch of refurbished product from Apple, especially the MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro is like $2,000, but if you bought like refurbished for my friends and my niece and nephew in Cambodia too, spent like $700 MacBook Pro SSD, like 500, like one terabyte, like $700. Now it's going down to 600 something. It's an issue, and it's like new. There's nothing wrong with it. Like the company already fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost impossible to get 100% if you in a business. And you might not believe me right now, but just like keep my word in mind. You never get it. Just let's say, all right, if you do one quiz, let's say next on Friday we have a quiz, you want to get like 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's possible. It's 100%, but it's only one quiz. But what if your entire quiz in this semester you only get like 10 out of 10? It's more impossible. Something was always wrong. That's based on statistically. Oh, okay. Relevant. So relevant, the indicator also need to be relevant to the business, which assists in achieving the company overall goal and the vision. Yeah, again, for Amazon online store, uh, they're trying to get on-time delivery, or maybe not Amazon, sorry, maybe USPS or FedEx. They set out like they want to increase on-time delivery to 90%. Yes, it is relevant to their company, right? You know what I'm saying it's really relevant. So any indicator has to be relevant to the goal of the company. If the company you want to, you get it. You want to understand, increase the performance, and on-time delivery is very important too. It's very relevant to the company. So relevant here, you look at this color, the purple here, makes sense with your job function and improve the business in some way. So it has to be improved in the business in some way. In this word, they say realistic. Some book they say R is realistic, but just take two of them. Anything that's relevant and realistic. So be honest with yourself. You know what you and your team are capable of. It's similar to achievable here, and and you don't make sure you don't forget any hurdle, any challenge you may have to overcome. Okay. And the last one, T, time bound. Any project, anything you do, it need to have a deadline if you want it to be efficient. If you don't have deadline, like they will keep prolonging a year or 2 year, and it's not really efficient, and it's just a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? The deadline. No matter how much resource you have, if you put a lot of resources and you don't set a deadline for a project to be done by, it's not going to be efficient. And and the deadline has to be within this rule. It has to be achievable. It has to be reasonable too. Okay, any question? You can, if you guys have any questions, just drop the question in the comments and take a break. If anyone need to do a makeup SWOT presentation, please do it right now. Text me or email me or comments here. Or anyone need to do quiz, makeup quiz, the quiz that they have missed so far. This is from this week on is the best time for you to do it. Oh, relevant. You know the word relevant, related. So anything like any performance, like key performance indicator, it has to be relevant to your company, to your business. All right, let's say you are an oil company, right? If you are an oil company, you could create a measurement like, okay, we have to increase the sale 10% next month. 10%. Yeah, it's relevant. The sale is it's relevant to the company. Anything that is not relevant, something like uh, you know, I don't know. But a lot of people when they do business or or they like give a project. All the project has to be relevant to the business. I don't really find anything that is not relevant to give you example. But if it's not relevant, it's just a waste of money. I don't know. Maybe if they want to so if they want to invest a company, let's say something like to be honest, I could not find it that is not relevant because any project that a company trying to achieve, they have to spend money on it, and when they spend money on it, they want to make sure this project is relevant to their company. It helps their company. It increase performance in their company. In some way. Like improve, like the definition here is improve business in some way. Let's say hmm, let's say they want to increase advertisement. So advertisement is also another relevant thing to the company. Any company that need advertisement. Uh, okay, let's take some break. And I stop recording here for a while.